Hello, everybody. We are live here on Monday, March 6th. Welcome to the weekly edition of the Nourish Your Soul Show. And it is just me tonight, me and you. And I am so glad to be back. It feels like I haven't been here for a minute. I take 1 week off. Well, we always take the fourth day or the fourth Tuesday off or fourth Monday because on that Tuesday is when I do my global show. So if you didn't hear it, you can catch the replay on our Facebook page or YouTube for Nourish Your Soul. But we had Paraquat on, and oh my God, what a goddess she is! Like, kind of like really, just so highly respect her and her amazingness, and she's so beautiful, and she's an amazing singer. So hey Denise, if you didn't get a chance to listen to her, boy, she's lived some life. Wow. Go back and listen to that. Very, very inspiring, incredibly insightful. And yeah, so this month, and those monthlies, because we do that, we don't do a weekly show that week. So it feels like I haven't been here for a minute. But in any case, so glad to see you. And hopefully more people will be showing up here soon. But if not, it's just you, me, Denise. Um, I have so many things to talk about tonight. So I'm just kind of gonna like rattle them all off one by one and jump in. If any of these things float your boat or get you excited, they certainly have for me. And we're going to be doing some readings tonight and really focusing on accessing your divine blueprint. And I saw, hey Lisa, noticed and I felt this weekend, and now actually last week I did a couple certifications for level 1, as it turned out. Well, it was actually one group that got split up, so I ended up doing it twice. But what I wanted to share is that when we get to the part where I talk about, for some of you who are certified readers, where we talk about divine blueprint, I could feel a drop in the energy of like, what is that? So, anyways, it got me excited to talk about it tonight and see where you guys are all at. Are you feeling you're accessing your own divine blueprint? Are you on course? And if not, maybe the cards, I think they will. And the second deck will get you there. I know that they've been so significant. Although this was level 1, God, the cards this weekend, the people were pulling, and I've been doing a lot of readings this week. It just feels like everything's up leveled, next level. And I don't know. It's the people coming in. I'm looking at my little apple. I'm going to fix that because we want our abundance to be straight up. And I think it's because the people are really intending to do the work and be the change and step into their power. That's what I know I am. And I know that the people that are showing up, it's really next level. And I can't wait for more. And then a lot of them are going to go on to level 2. So yay for that. Speaking of level 2, I know we have a very full house in April 14th and 15th. We've opened up another date, June 2nd and 3rd. And for those who like a smaller, intimate group, consider going to that one, and then we can balance it out. Or you could stay. There's a big group of us for 14 and 15. Up to you. Doesn't matter to me. We now have 3 dates for level 2, April 14th and 15th. June 2nd and 3rd, and July 21st and 22nd. We have that many people who want to take it. And hopefully we can get a nice little balance between everyone. And no, Spirit always makes the schedule and aligns you with the right people. The synergy of the group this last week was so amazing. Like, they were all meant to be together and talk and hang and connect. So hopefully you will find that too. So a couple other really amazing things. Oh, hold on. That was Joanna. Okay, cool. Uh, some of you know that we've been talking about this Costa Rica trip. Well, it's finalized. It's just happening. And I'm going to be actually going down there in a couple weeks to actually check it all out. I've heard it's phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. If you haven't joined the group, Nourish Your Soul Retreat, it's happening next February. Give this gift to yourself. really don't, this, if not now, when? This is sort of that moment to really think about how can you nourish yourself, and you have 11 months to do it, to be amongst the most sacred land and people and food and healing and friends and community from our global cherries. Hey, Tony. So if you want to know more, go there. I'm going to have all sorts of details. I just got off the phone with them a couple hours ago and I'm buzzing. So I can't wait to share that with all of you who are feeling the call to go to this. There's only limited spots. Couple things. And I just sent an email out to those who registered for the how many? Well, I know some of you have the Conquering Your Cravings, which is our uber fun, amazing, powerful theta healing class. We have to postpone it just a little bit. So maybe for those of you who are on the fence and thinking about coming, thinking about stepping into that huge healing, you have more time to think about it and register. So for those who know that, check their emails, and those who are thinking, I will have a new date soon, probably sometime in April or May. So we're just pushing that back just a bit, and highly recommend that. Another thing that's happening in April, oh my God, this whole list of things. Well, first off, who doesn't know Wayne Dyer, right? Okay, so Wayne Dyer, rest in peace in the higher realms. Well, Wayne Dyer, there's a particular amazing woman. Her name is Karen Noe. She was on my show a few years ago, and Karen Noe is actually the channel's Wayne Dyer for the Wayne Dyer family. How cool is that? Well, she is going to be on my show in April for the monthly. And I'm just telling you that now because about 15 minutes ago, this arrived, and Karen created Angel Quest Oracle. So I am going to be playing with this, and then I'm going to have Karen on the Nourish Your Soul show. I'm so excited. She was on years ago on my Zeta Global radio show, and it was such a good interview. She speaks to the other side like so clearly. She is amazing. I think she's got like a 2.5 year waiting list or something to get with her. Amazing. But when she told me, and she's with Hay House, by the way, amazing. They're alone. I'm putting that out. One day I'll be with Hay House. Angel Quest Oracle is her new deck, and I'm going to be playing with it, and then we are going to be playing on the show with it. So that's really cool. I'm so excited. Lisa, I'm beyond excited about this retreat. I can't even talk about it without like beaming, like these medicinal herb garden lectures and these customized, I mean, the food, go watch the food video, but it's happening. Here's what's also happening. All right. So we talked about Angel Quest, Karen Noe. This weekend is Illuminate Festival. So if you are in the Florida area, please join me and all of our readers. Tony's going to be there reading, and whoever is a certified reader, if you want to jump in, you got to let me know as soon as possible. But we're going to have two booths. We're going to have our booths for all of our products, and then we're going to have a reader's booth, and people can come all day long and get read, get a little taste of what it is to get a food healing oracle deck reading by our awesome readers. And for everybody who comes and gets a reading or buys a deck, you're going to be entered to win a free float at Fort Myers Cloud9 Float Spa and Wellness Center. And if you've ever floated, you know how awesome that is. And then everyone else is going to get a coupon, but couple of you are going to win a free 30-minute float. And I'm telling you, I have missed floating, and I can't wait to go back in. I was looking at that pod when I was there yesterday, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to be in there. So Cheryl's here. Cheryl, we just announced that we're moving it over a little bit for our class. All right. So, Lisa, Wayne Dyer is your favorite. So I've known Karen a while. I don't have, well, actually, I do have the date. So it's the fourth Tuesday, our monthly show is the fourth Tuesday of the month. So it's going to be the fourth Tuesday in April that we will have Karen Noe live on the Nourish Your Show. And that's our monthly, not ours. So there'll be no weekly show here. So join us. Oh my gosh. All right. Many of you have asked about the spirit animal class. and how it relates to food. Well, I have kind of an idea about that. So, if you have ever been interested in spirit animals, show of hands, please let me know if you're one of them. Show of hands tells me that food and spirit animals are combining into a new class. And I know the interest is high, but I kind of want to know if there's anyone here who's feeling it. So I want to tell you about this deck, kind of like show and telling a lot of decks before we get into the um, the topic tonight. This is Frederick Calandini, is Spirit Animal Oracle. And Frederick is amazing. In fact, he is a really studies shamanism. He's from France, and so he is not going to teach the class, but I'm going to teach the class using his deck and the Food Healing Oracle deck, and I'm going to combine them and show you the world of how we can look at food in relation to animals. Pretty cool. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. I don't have a date. I'm trying to figure out all these classes because people are asking for the angels class, the tarot class, and now the spirit animal class. And we're just trying to get all the classes lined up in between our existing one. We have the Cheryl and I are going to be doing the theta class. And then also Allison Bright and I are doing the crystals class on April 29th. But you have to register by April 1st. No fooling, so we can send you the crystals. And I'm so glad everyone who got the crystals from the first class every single person has said how beautiful they are. I mean, there's tumble crystals, but these are just really exceptionally beautiful. And so I know you're going to love the next round. But you just have to register by April 1st to do that. So any questions about anything I just mentioned? That was a lot of stuff. Conquering Your Cravings, Crystal Class, Costa Rica, Caranoe, Spirit Animals, Illuminate Festival. Wow, a lot going on. And then also for those who have not taken level 1 and you want to, so you could take level 2, please email info@foodhealingdeck.com and let me know your interest, and then we will get a date on the books. So again, if you are in the April 14th, 15th level 2 class and you prefer smaller groups, you can move over to June 2nd and 3rd or July 21st and 22nd. And we will balance out all those classes. I'll send an email out about that. Okay, back to the topic at hand. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Tina. Oh my goodness, so good to see everyone. So what I wanted to talk about tonight, and by the way, I don't know if you're here. So if you are here and you want to say hi, just post a comment. Okay, so tonight we're talking about divine blueprint. And I notice a lot when we're teaching in the certification class, when we talk about that, and we talk about the dark night of the soul, there's always a little bit of a pause. And what does that mean? And how does it relate to you? And how does it relate to spirit? How does it relate to elements or chakras or anything in your life? Well, if you remember a couple weeks back, we were talking about flow with Tina Brunetti Smith, who was on the show, and we were talking about what does it look like. Well, what the divine accessing your divine blueprint is really this whole understanding that we come with when we come in and we are incarnate into this physical body. We are incarnating with already a life plan, a life lesson. So some people access that through Akashic records, right? Joanna reads Akashic records, and now I've seen it in so many different ways, depending on where your background or your training is. And so different methodologies and different philosophies, and even biblically, if you're religious, all talk about God's blueprint, your spiritual blueprint, your divine blueprint. But basically, in a nutshell, accessing is that stepping into I believe, your dharma. So I'm now giving you my own take, is coming into your own understanding of why you're here and how to live your purpose. And so does that mean working, not working, career? I believe it's the impact you're supposed to make on the world. And I would love anyone else to put their own take on it, including Cheryl. on what it is to access your divine blueprint or what it is to you. But I believe that we need a little bit of a nudge when we're kind of going like this and we're not on course. I think when you are walking and being your divine blueprint, everything starts to align emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and you can really start to see uh, quick manifestations of the things that you have been know that in a way that the angels have been grooming you for. That what you are here to do is finally locking in. The purpose is sort of starting to pronounce itself, and everything that you've done in this lifetime is starting to kind of coalesce. And now you're looking back and making sense of why you did that, which led you to that, which brought you to here, and now you are there. And all these things start to come into full focus. And I kind of feel like that's happening here for me, and I know it's happening for other people. So, does anyone want to kind of comment on that? Because what I would like to do is pull cards, as you know, from sort of this powerhouse second deck, second helpings. What we're going to do is access your divine blueprint by finding out what message from spirit through the deck you need to know or hear or feel or do to start living in true alignment. Cheryl, would Cheryl say? She always has something good to say. When you are able to access it and decide it, you are beginning to remember who you've always been. Exactly. I mean, and some people will talk about um, finding, yeah, exactly, decoding it is finding a way to decode that. Other people will say you are able to access all 12 strands of your DNA. Have you ever heard that? And then how do you access that? We are only using a small part of our brain. How do you use the other portions of the brain? So you hear this in different families and communities and teachings, but the general consensus is just that, what Cheryl says. We are coming into a greater state of awareness of self, that we now know, we have a greater knowing of who we are and why we're here and what we're to do with the wisdom in this time on the planet as the planet comes into a higher state of consciousness is our hope. And that more people who can do it, do this work, can then affect change, who could then can make the difference with themselves, starting with themselves into other people. So it's really important we all kind of step in and start, defining and aligning that because we're so needed. And I think creating the Center for Intuitive Therapy is like one step in this global world who needs to understand how to feed the body temple. Oh my goodness. I'm back. Sorry. Internet on an island. So is anybody ready to do that? Because we're going to do kind of a shorter show tonight. I kind of zip through because I don't know how well the internet's going to last. But does anybody want to kind of get a card pull to start thinking about this card and this message about really taking the time now and truly saying, I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to level up. I see it in the level 2 classes. I see the people who are coming to the Food Healing Oracle Deck World. You are all so next level and so ready. I see it in the healing work I'm doing with people. When I scale up or when I look at them with theta and I start to measure kind of their belief systems and much that's holding kind of a vice on them. And sometimes I scale those numbers and they're so high. And when they clear them down to nothing, I realize, wow, they were so ready to do the work. So it's really exciting for me to see everybody really coming into like setting that dial to the right frequency of you, if that makes sense. Yeah, of course I have time. I will always make time for you and for you and for you and for you. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's do that. Let's just take a moment to take a breath and really just give thanks for all that's being shown to you, for the people who are showing up in your life, for the technologies and the modalities that are providing you greater wisdom, and allow spirit to keep our tech going so we can do the healing tonight. and move forward with greater ease and clarity, greater blueberry, as we ask Spirit to work through these cards to give you all that you need in this moment. So it is. All right, loves. Here we go. Mhm. All right. So I think you're saying, yes, Lisa, you want a card. I think that's what the yes was. So I'm going to start with you. How many of you feel that you actually are, and you can, and I'll keep your order, fully living in your divine blueprint? Like you are, have accessed it and you are kind of walking through it and doing it. Just curious out of that. All right. I'm stirring the cards for Miss Lisa. Getting there. Yeah. So you got cauliflower. I love that flexibility. So I think when you said it's getting there, it's kind of like I heard two steps forward, one step back. It's like you're showing stuff, but then it maybe doesn't line up yet because there's a little bit more healing work to do. And then you're given sort of an opportunity to, not a, it will maybe a test, but you're given an opportunity to uh, up level your awareness. And then once you do that, then it's like, okay, cool, I got it. And then you kind of move along. So like you are getting there and being flexible that there is no destination deadline. It's just, it is the journey. And so Lisa, like you'll know when you're in it. It's kind of like, uh, you also know for on the conversely, when someone's going through the dark night of the soul. So I would say that just be flexible with yourself and allow yourself this time. You know, so much is coming in for you, and it's all as you can handle it. And just ask for flexibility and integrating it all too. Hope that helps. That back in. Hoo-hoo-hoo. And I'm gonna have to like, since it's just me here, I'm gonna have to block people too if they start to do these spammy sort of things. 'Cause I don't like that. Okay. Not yet. Still so much to learn, says Tony. I hear you. Honestly, I think we're only, even as we're in it, we're still learning because there's always a next level. So I would give yourself some gentle grace with that. Give yourself some pears. All right, Tony, this one's for you. It's interesting. Lisa gets flexibility and Tony gets adjust. So it's like we're all, and so for you, Tony, yeah, learning to adjust to, it's like rolling with the punches and riding the wave. And so adjust to the fact that we want what we want when we want it. In spirit, it has a totally perfect plan for you and time wise. And so that's the thing we have to adjust is that I want everything yesterday. And then I have to adjust of like being in grace and being in plums, being in patience. And so P's are asking you to adjust so you can know that when the timing is right, just keep doing the work and one step in front of the other. And I think the veil will start to pierce for you. And I think it does pierce for you a little bit. You get glimpses of like, okay, I see that that's what it's like. And then suddenly you're in it full time. It just happens and you'll know it. Mhm. And I'm feeling to eat the peas, by the way. Very much a very heart chakra opening for you. And I'm also hearing, and I've heard this before. I keep wanting to go on, but I keep hearing this for you, Tony. You don't have to appease anyone to be in your truth. Get it? Appease, peas. I just heard that little joke, and I've heard that before in my head. Say that to someone. Okay, Miss Denise. Gotta catch up with you, Denise. It's been a minute. So many things going on. Hopefully, we'll be seeing some of you at Illuminate this weekend. Yes? No? Maybe? Denise got bok choy in your truth. Wow. So, what do you need to access your divine blueprint? Is step into your truth. Truly, like solidly. And that also, even if you combine the story of the three we just pulled, being flexible, but learning to adjust and being in your truth. And sometimes being in your truth means you have to hold your boundaries, not being inflexible, but being in your knowing, in your kind of cocoon of understanding that this is how it is. But this is speaking your truth, right? That's our throat chakra card. It's on our new logo. Bok choy has been coming up a lot. So, what do you need to do to access your divine blueprint? Look at the truth of really who you know that you are, minus any outside influence internally. Shelly, oh my God, we had so much fun yesterday putting up signs and getting ready for Illuminate this weekend. Thank you, Shelly. That was so much fun. We had a great time hanging out at Celtic Ray. You got expectations. So noni, I love this. Has anybody had noni or noni juice? Just out of curiosity. We're getting a lot of heart chakra green cards today. So I always see when I see noni and I see no in expectations is have no expectations to the timeline, but also expect that your time is coming and I think you're already starting to move right into your understanding of who you are full on. And this is about having sort of those boundaries and expectations, kind of like Denise's card is the truth, is having the expectations of expecting yourself to come on to fully online. At the same time, having no expectations of when and how and what, just knowing that the why is like you're ready, like you're here, you're ready to step in. It's almost like I'm here, I'm ready, guide me, show me, and allow the universe to comply, which I think when we talked yesterday is already happening. Mhm. No, noni, I always say. Um, All right, Tina. Oh, wait, I want to see what Cheryl says here. When you begin experiencing a lot of challenges, Spirit is telling you you are ready to go to the next level. Look at the challenges as advanced lessons. Yeah, and when you do take our advanced theta healing, conquering your cravings, and it's not just cravings of food, you're going to learn that sometimes there is some things that are inherently in our DNA or in our lineage or in even past lifetimes that may be holding us back from fully opening up, that you've been given the gift to clear it, and we're going to help you do that with 40 uh, theta beliefs and programs that need to go so you can access. That's one way is to access your divine blueprint is clearing the subconscious beliefs that have been limiting you. So that is one of it, is take that class. All right. So Tina, you just bought bok choy today, Denise. Wow. That is awesome. I think I've told this story. Forgive me if I've told it 20 different times, but I'm telling it again because it's so inherently amazing. When someone came up to me at that show and she says, "What do you see? What do you see? What do you see?" And I said, "I see something going on in the throat chakra." And she had a goiter issue. She had some stuff going on medically, physically in the throat chakra. So then I offered to pull her a card and I pulled the bok choy, and you just couldn't make it up because that is our throat chakra. Speak your truth. And so that was so clear for her. It was just amazing. So anyways, I'm going to tell that story forever because it was just so incredible. And then her friend said, "Well, what's going on with me?" And I said, I see stuff in solar, and then um uh in the stomach area, and then I think it was sacral actually, and then she ended up pulling butternut squash. It was just crazy. It was just boop boop boop, and that's just how spirit was showing it. All right, Tina, Miss Meta 39, this is for you. Oh, this one flew out. Okay, jumped out. Speaking of sacral, cantaloupe. So, how does one, this is for Tina, how do you access your divine blueprint? Is staying your integrity. Again, there's a lot of, I'm hearing a lot tonight about holding in our boundaries. I don't know if that's speaking to everybody, but I'm hearing that. Like, really sticking to your truth. Because the more you do that, it's almost like you're getting ready to fully ignite of like, this is who I am, and staying in your integrity, connecting with people of integrity, honoring the integrity to others as you honor the integrity within yourself. That is really a good way to access your blueprint, because that, I mean, we come from spirit, and spirit's pure love and pure honesty and pure. So we want to stay in that pure energy, and integrity, I think, is one of the most sacred behaviors, beings, traits that you can be. I mean, that to me is like the cornerstone of everything, is being integrous, being integrity. And also that is, about, and think about that also in terms of your sacral. I know that you know a lot about chakras, so think about that too, Tina. Cantaloupe. Love it. Um, all right, Tamara, this is for you, love. And if you just popped on, I think boundaries are one of the most advanced things we learn. We tend to be givers. Yeah, that came up a lot over the weekend, but I'm hearing it too. It's like, because I said, what's I asked Spirit, what are we going to talk about today? And it was like accessing the divine blueprint. We have so many, even just in this community, and we have so many resources to do that. The cards access your divine blueprint. When you ask it the questions, when you lay out the spreads, ask, what do I need to do? I mean, if you need more than one card, go grab the deck and start doing that. Do the Fibonacci. I mean, do some of these bigger spreads. You'll get there. Take the theta healing class. I mean, all the things that we're teaching that's the whole idea. Eating intuitive food therapy is so you can nourish your temple, so you can access your divine blueprint by raising your vibration and creating that allowance of you to recognize yourself from who you came in here with. Like, all of it is this. That is our teachings. If that makes sense. All right, Tamara, this is for you. What do you need to know or do or feel or be to access your divine blueprint? You got two. They both came out. So let's start with the first one. I haven't even looked at the second one. The first one is movement. Yep. For me, like, if you compare this to the tomatoes card in the first deck, taking action is you need to move into it. No blackberries, no procrastination here. Start moving into the energetic alignments that feel aligned for you and in resonance, and start, honing it, don't being it, doing it like fully, like that. When you come online, you will be supported and met by the divine in all perfect ways. The second card, oh my gosh, is the same as the first that Tina just pulled. So, yeah, move with integrity. Like, really think out, this is for me. This is for the highest good of all concerned. Move with integrity. That is just it's almost like the grace card. I am moving with integrity. This is who I am. And the more you do that, the more you will be shown. It's really cool. Yes. Hey, did I miss anybody? I think we got everybody. Okay, good. If I didn't, let me know. And let me just see if I've missed anything. And does anyone have a question? Because otherwise, I think we're gonna call it early tonight. I'm recovering from like a long week, and I have a big week ahead. I'm so excited to see all the readers read. Tamara, perfect. Okay, good. So again, if you come this weekend to Illuminate, Friday, I'm sorry, not Friday, Saturday is at Fort Myers Bell Tower, Crown Plaza, 10 to 5. And then on Sunday, we will be at Charlotte Harbor Event Center in Punta Gorda. And we will have a double booth at both places. And you will be entered to win a float with Cloud9 Float Spa if you're local. And then we have anyone who purchases, I have a 10% off coupon for you as well. So hope to see you there. Again, Karen Noe, all those things are going to be up on the website or in your emails. Hopefully, you're on our newsletter. And I think I've got everything organized. Send me a private message or email me if you want to switch over, if you are in our certification programs. Again, you are now known as, when you take these certification, as an intuitive food therapist, level 1 or level 2 or both. So you can go forward as a certified food healing oracle deck reader, or when people say what you do or what modality, what you teach, you are intuitive food therapist. Because that is how we're going to nourish our body temple and raise it to the level of integrity for ourselves. That's being integrous, is eating with integrity. And to do that, you learn to eat it with intuitive knowing what your body is calling for. And I can't tell you how often, like Denise said with the bok choy, that someone just bought it that night before. Every single time, it's like spirit's like, boop, just right ahead of you. So now you can be ahead of it. I wish you all the best. Much love. Reach out to me. Glad you came. Great show. Next week, by the way, and then I'll call it good. We are going to have Linda McBee with Happy DNA Candy. She's one of our advertisers tonight, and she is incredible. And she talks all about DNA drops and how they affect your DNA and how they align with chakras. It's just a very interesting product she's representing, and she just took level 1 over the weekend. Phenomenal. Just took to it like a duck to water. All right, everyone, signing off. Much love. Take care. Bye.